Okay, I finally made it into the catacombs. I got lost in the city and I missed my time frame. I wanted to be one of the first ones down, but that didn't work out. But now I'm going down the stairs and it's a long dive to get down to the actual catacombs. But I look forward to showing some of it to you. Over 6 million people are buried down here. And it's supposed to be pretty incredible. I already feel pretty intense going down because you just go down and down and down. Now, I've been down in the marginal line before, which is like 200 and 300 feet below ground. So I've taken stairs like this before, but this is pretty incredible. Okay, now I'm in the catacombs. This is where they brought all the bodies when they had to take them out of the cemeteries here in Paris because the cemeteries were not holding, they were falling apart, and Parisians were complaining about the stench from, oh wow, look at this, the stench from the dead bodies. So they had to find a way of disposing of the corpses that was not going to contaminate the food supply, water supply, and basically make part of Paris uninhabitable. So the Romans dug out these tunnels over 2,000 years ago. The Romans and then later the Franks. And there's some dispute as exactly who dug them out. Okay, so I'm in here now. Like I said, there's other people in here, so you will hear voices from other visitors. I haven't exactly made it to the bones yet, but I tell you, once you get down here, it's an incredible feeling. It's somewhat claustrophobic down here, and it has a really intense atmosphere. Like all sides are pressing in on you and you're not alone. Not that there's other people touring, but that it's like something's around you, all around you. And I'm not talking about the stone, again, not the other people, but like the spirits. Now, a lot of people do say that the catacombs are haunted. And I mean, between 6 and 7 million bodies were deposited in these tunnels. Now, I heard the voices ahead of me, but suddenly out of nowhere I was hearing whispering. Not the whispering from the other tourists, but it was a weird kind of whisper. Now, what's also very interesting is we are way below. Oh, how did they get so far ahead of me? We are way below ground in that the sewage system. I just heard something. The sewage system is above us and the metro is above us. That's how far down we are, to give you an idea. Oh, and I just got the word app. I have my word app on. Now, this is a filled-in tunnel that you can no longer get into. So I'm going to move along because other people will be coming. So I turned on my word app, which in theory will give us words. Wow, look, we're just going through here, and so far I have not seen any bones. But the feeling is just... Okay, that was just really weird. I heard something like a little girl's voice. The feeling is just... Okay, that was just really weird. I heard something like a little girl's voice. And that's another tunnel, but it's off limits. It's very, very dangerous. They have their own police force that polices them, and people have gotten lost down there. A video camera was found years and years ago with lost footage. And people say, debate whether it's real or not. But you know what? I have lost a camera in a cemetery before in the Paris Catacombs. I lost my GoPro there, and I'm sure somebody found it and saw my footage. And you never know what they might have thought about it. A paranormal investigator lost his camera. So I have no doubt that somebody could lose their camera down here. Oh, above my head, I don't know if you can see it, there's a black line. So there was a time when visitors, anyone could go into catacombs back in the 1800s, and they had this black line on the ceilings of the tunnels. And they would use the black line to find their way back out. Oh, that was crazy. I didn't know anybody was that close to me. Oh, wow. I thought somebody was right there. I can hear somebody forehead, but I thought it was somebody right there. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness, we're in the catacombs. And you can actually see the line of bones and skulls. It's just absolutely intense. And they go way back there. What makes me wonder is all these bones down here. And you have to realize that not all of these were bones at the time they were brought down here. Many of them were still corpses with flesh. Wow, that's intense. So can you imagine people bringing actual bodies, laying them to rest in these tunnels to where they would eventually become bones? So it's not like they went to the cemeteries and they just pulled out bones. They pulled out bodies. It's just so intense. Wow.
Ashes, ashes, we are dead.
Oh my God. It's just, they're above my head. It's just, wow. They really go back there. Just look at the walls are just lined. The walls are just lined with bones. I mean, this is incredible. Now, I'm not sure at the date, I'll post it below, but there was a time where a man who worked in a hospital went into the basement and was looking to pull out some liquor. And he went the wrong way and he ended up in the cellar, but the cellar led into the catacombs. And so when he went down into the catacombs, he only had a candle that was lit, and he didn't think he would be down there very long. But he ended up getting lost, and he couldn't find his way out, and he actually died in the catacombs. And they found him a little later, and they realized who he was simply because he had the keys from the hospital. And they left him where he was to decay and become bones and become one with the catacombs. That's a true story. That's reality. And he's not the only one to get lost in the catacombs and lose his life. Oh wow, look at this. And there's an intense feeling for anyone who's sensitive to the paranormal, to the spirits that have passed and the spirits that remain. It's an intense feeling to be in here. It's just fortunate. Oh, look at this. Here's a well. So that well we just passed, they say they put goldfish in there, and after 2 years they checked on them, and those goldfish had survived, but they had become blind, most likely due to the darkness. But they were thriving. Wow, there's so many locked passages in here that I wish I could get in. Now aside from people getting lost, there's been quite a few crimes committed in the catacombs. Not just crimes from robbers, but also people have been murdered down here. There's a famous murder of a man who posed as a guide, and he led a woman and her child here into the catacombs, and he killed both of them. He came back out. They were not with him, and he took off from Paris, but eventually found the bodies here in the catacombs, and he was eventually caught. Lungs. Oh wow, I got the word lungs. Now, what a lot of people don't know is that the people that worked down here and brought the bodies down here, after some time they suffered from various lung diseases. Did they just get white? This is from 1787 as well. this, just to the left and to the right, just walls stacked to the ceiling. And it goes way back there. I mean, you can just imagine how far back it goes. Wow. So intense. Oh, look at this one. This one's bulging out. Eventually, it looks like it will collapse. Bones are bulging out, just ready to fall over. Oh my, and the tunnel just continues. And just imagine, there's 200 miles of tunnels of the catacombs. It's just such an intense feeling right here. Oh my, what is that? Is it a drill hole? It's not a bullet hole. Speaking of which, what a lot of people don't know is that the French resistance, while Paris was occupied, the French resistance used the catacombs down here to organize and hide, and their headquarters was down in the catacombs. And the Nazis could not find them down here. They tried to, but there was no chance. There's actually a group of people that live in the catacombs and call it home, and they use it. And they're called cataphiles. And often they'll find people and report them to the police if they're lost. They'll help them, or if they've died, they'll report them, the bodies having been found. And some of them are not so friendly, may not be cataphiles, but if you're down in the catacombs alone, way down deep, some will steal your lights, steal your supplies, and leave you alone in the darkness to fend for yourself. And people that have found themselves in that situation go missing forever, some of them, and are never heard from again. That's a sad reality. So be very careful if you decide to go in the catacombs, in the illegal sections, the off-limit sections, because there are ways inside. You may never come out again, so don't go alone. I mean, just this section, which has been set up for public, is super intense. Another chamber that we cannot go in. Let me turn on the light and see what we can see. Wow, just stacks and stacks. Very neat, very clean stacks. What? Yeah, sure. Oh, wow. I guess it wasn't talking to me. I felt somebody behind my ear said, pardon. It must have been talking to somebody else. Well, in a kind of macabre, oh wow, I'm getting close to this ceiling here. Right there, get right under it. In a macabre way, I don't want to leave. There's something that's very compelling about being down here. To be so close to so many who have passed. As above, so below is a movie, but another way of thinking about that statement, rather than a movie title, which is an awesome movie by the way, I loved it, is that we're above, but eventually we will be below. That's you and that's me. That's all of us. Maybe not here in Paris, but somewhere. We will become bones ourselves, and our spirits will move on. But some may be trapped, like some of the spirits I feel are trapped here as well. That's my belief. To this day, they're still working. See how these are protected from falling over, and that's probably what they're doing over there, is making sure. 1892. Wow, this is just... (1804), and it just goes further back. That's actually, if you look close, I hope I can get it on camera, there's a tunnel back there, and that tunnel just keeps going that way, and you can see there's a pillar right there in the middle. So look at how the bones are just stacked to the top around that pillar, and through that tunnel there's no way anyone could get to that tunnel nowadays. This is the famous barrel that they call it, or keg. And today they're fixing the bones, so this is a rare treat to be here when they're working on the bones. It's just pretty incredible, pretty intense. Oh wow, check this out. Oh man, I had to lean down to get in here. Oh my god, that's a wall to another tunnel. So a lot of people, when you're in the other side of the catacombs, you have to go into these little holes. Wow. So this gives you a slight bit of the feeling it is to go down. So in this section I am in right this moment, I took a selfie, and it's a really weird image of me where my eyes are covered, almost like my glasses are filled with fog, but they're not. It's the weirdest photo. So yeah, I took the selfie right here, actually, right in this location. And it's a really odd picture. There's no reason for my glasses to be covered in some kind of fog. So I took the photo right there and had a odd sort of feeling. And yeah, you have to see the photo. I'll show it to you. Now I just have chills down here. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this trip down in the catacombs with me. It was an incredible experience. That photo was just, when I had that intense feeling, I mean, it wasn't a paranormal investigation by any means. This is more like a tour, just to see it for myself for the first time and to show you as well. But that was pretty intense. So thanks for joining me in the catacombs today. It was pretty amazing. I wasn't sure I was going to be able to get in. I bought tickets for the first entry this morning, and I got turned around in traffic. Traffic was hell, and so some of the roads were blocked. I ended up an hour late. My ticket was for 9:45. I didn't get there till almost 11, but they let me in. It didn't matter to them, and I hope I created a nice video. Got some nice souvenirs. Even got a new hat that hopefully looks good on my head, you know. So check it out. Pretty cool, huh? So that's it for the catacombs. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any comments, I would say saw or heard anything, but you know, there was a lot of people in there, so kind of doubtful about that. But either way, you know, any thoughts you have, especially that moment with that photograph. That was just really, really strange. Whether it was paranormal or not is kind of irrelevant because the moment was intense. I mean, the whole experience was intense, but that with that photo, that creeped me out. And I had a really strange feeling at the time that I took that photo too. So I think the two correlate. Alrighty then, thanks for watching. Like this video if you enjoyed it, share it with others, and leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching.